Button mushroom. Button mushrooms are the most widely cultivated and consumed mushrooms in the world. They belong to the species Agaricus bisporus, the same species that also produces cremini and portobello mushrooms at later stages of growth. Button mushrooms are harvested while they are still young, when their caps are small, round, and white, and the gills underneath have not yet fully opened. Because they are picked early, they have a mild flavor and a soft, smooth texture that works well in many types of cuisine. These mushrooms are commonly grown in controlled indoor farms using composted organic material such as straw and manure. The stable environment allows growers to produce them year-round. Button mushrooms are widely used in salads, soups, pasta dishes, pizzas, and stir-fries because they absorb surrounding flavors easily. Nutritionally, button mushrooms are low in calories, but contain beneficial nutrients including B vitamins, selenium, potassium, and antioxidants. They also contain small amounts of protein and fiber. Because of their mild taste and broad availability, button mushrooms are often the first type of mushroom people encounter and remain one of the most versatile ingredients in global cooking. Shiitake mushroom. Shiitake mushrooms are one of the most well-known mushrooms in Asian cuisine and have been cultivated for more than 1,000 years. Native to East Asia, they traditionally grow on hardwood trees such as oak, chestnut, and beech. The name shiitake comes from Japanese, referring to the tree species shi on which the mushroom commonly grows. Shiitake mushrooms have a distinctive umbrella-shaped brown cap and a firm stem. They are known for their rich umami flavor and slightly smoky aroma, which makes them highly valued in cooking. Shiitake mushrooms are widely used in soups, noodle dishes, stir-fries, sauces, and broths across Chinese, Japanese, and Korean cuisine. Today, many shiitake mushrooms are cultivated on artificial logs made from compressed sawdust and nutrients, allowing them to be produced year-round. In addition to their culinary value, shiitake mushrooms have long been used in traditional herbal practices. They contain compounds such as lentinin, which researchers have studied for potential immune-supporting properties. Shiitake mushrooms also provide dietary fiber, B vitamins, copper, and selenium, making them both flavorful and nutritionally beneficial. Enoki mushroom. Enoki mushrooms are easily recognizable because of their long, thin white stems and small rounded caps. In the wild, enoki mushrooms grow on tree trunks and logs, particularly on elm and other hardwood trees. Wild varieties are typically darker in color and shorter in shape. However, the cultivated enoki mushrooms commonly sold in stores are grown in darkness, which gives them their distinctive pale color and elongated form. These mushrooms are widely used in East Asian cuisine, especially in Japanese, Korean, and Chinese dishes. Enoki mushrooms have a mild flavor and a slightly crunchy texture when raw. They are often added to hot pots, ramen, soups, and stir-fries. Because their stems are so thin, they cook very quickly and soften almost immediately in hot broth. Enoki mushrooms are also valued for their nutritional benefits. They are low in calories and contain fiber, antioxidants, and several vitamins and minerals. Some studies have explored their potential health properties, including compounds that may support immune function. Their unique appearance and delicate texture make enoki mushrooms one of the most visually distinctive edible mushrooms. Chanterelle mushroom. Chanterelle mushrooms are highly prized wild mushrooms, known for their bright golden color and elegant funnel-shaped caps. They grow in forests across Europe, North America, and parts of Asia, often forming a symbiotic relationship with the roots of trees. This partnership with trees makes chanterelles extremely difficult to cultivate commercially, so most chanterelles sold in markets are harvested by foragers in the wild. Chanterelles are valued for their delicate aroma and complex flavor, which many people describe as slightly fruity with hints of apricot. Their texture is firm yet tender, and they hold their shape well during cooking. Because of their unique taste, chanterelles are often used in gourmet dishes such as creamy sauces, risotto, omelets, and sauté vegetable plates. In addition to their culinary appeal, chanterelles provide several nutrients, including vitamin D, potassium, and antioxidants. Foragers must carefully identify chanterelles because some toxic mushrooms resemble them. Experienced mushroom hunters rely on features such as the mushroom's color, shape, and the distinctive ridges under the cap to correctly identify this sought-after species. Morel mushroom. Morel mushrooms are among the most recognizable and highly prized wild mushrooms in the world. They are known for their distinctive honeycomb-like caps, which are covered in deep ridges and pits. The cap is attached directly to a hollow stem, forming a single chamber inside the mushroom. Morels typically appear in forests during the spring, often in areas where the soil is moist and rich in organic material. They frequently grow near trees such as elm, ash, and poplar. Because morels are extremely difficult to cultivate commercially, most of them are harvested in the wild by experienced mushroom foragers. Their rarity and short seasonal window make them a valuable ingredient in gourmet cuisine. Morels have a rich, nutty, and earthy flavor that intensifies when cooked. They are often sautéed in butter, added to creamy sauces, or used in pasta and meat dishes. One important safety note is that morel mushrooms must always be cooked before eating. Raw morels contain compounds that can cause digestive discomfort. When properly prepared, however, they are considered one of the most delicious and sought-after mushrooms in the culinary world. Porcini mushroom. Porcini mushrooms are large, thick-stemmed mushrooms belonging to the species Boletus edulis. They are widely found in forests across Europe, Asia, and North America, and are especially valued in Italian and French cuisine. Porcini mushrooms typically grow near the roots of trees such as pine, spruce, and chestnut, forming a mutually beneficial relationship with the surrounding forest ecosystem. The mushroom has a broad brown cap and a sturdy white stem. Instead of gills underneath the cap like many mushrooms, porcini mushrooms have a sponge-like layer of tiny pores. Their flavor is rich, nutty, and deeply earthy, which makes them one of the most prized culinary mushrooms. Fresh porcini mushrooms are often sautéed or grilled, but they are also commonly dried to preserve their flavor. Dried porcini mushrooms are widely used in cooking because they can be rehydrated and added to risottos, pasta dishes, soups, and sauces. The soaking liquid itself becomes flavorful and is often used as a base for broths. Porcini mushrooms also provide nutrients such as protein, fiber, antioxidants, and important minerals. Lion's mane mushroom. Lion's mane mushrooms are distinctive fungi known for their unusual appearance. Instead of a traditional cap and stem, they form a round cluster covered with long, soft white spines that resemble the mane of a lion. These mushrooms grow on hardwood trees such as oak, beech, and maple, usually in temperate forests. Lion's mane mushrooms have gained attention both as a culinary ingredient and as a functional mushroom used in health supplements. When cooked, their texture becomes tender and slightly fibrous, often compared to seafood such as crab or lobster. Because of this, they are sometimes used as a plant-based seafood alternative in vegetarian dishes. They can be sautéed, roasted, or added to soups and stir-fries. In addition to their culinary use, lion's mane mushrooms have been studied for compounds that may support nerve health and brain function. Researchers have investigated substances such as hericenones and erinacines that may play a role in stimulating nerve growth factors. While research is ongoing, lion's mane mushrooms continue to attract interest for both their unique flavor and potential health properties. Reishi mushroom. Reishi mushrooms are well known in traditional East Asian herbal practices and have been used for centuries in China, Japan, and Korea. The scientific name of the species is Ganoderma lucidum. Reishi mushrooms have a glossy, reddish-brown cap that looks almost varnished, along with a woody stem. They typically grow on hardwood trees or decaying logs in humid forest environments. Unlike many edible mushrooms, reishi mushrooms are extremely tough and woody, which makes them unsuitable for normal cooking. Instead, they are usually dried and used to prepare teas, powders, or extracts. These preparations are commonly used in traditional herbal systems where reishi mushrooms are associated with general wellness and longevity. Modern scientific studies have examined various compounds found in reishi mushrooms, including polysaccharides and triterpenoids. These compounds are being researched for their potential effects on the immune system and overall health. While research continues, reishi mushrooms remain widely used around the world as one of the most famous medicinal mushrooms in traditional herbal culture. Turkey tail mushroom. Turkey tail mushrooms are thin, fan-shaped fungi that grow in overlapping clusters on fallen logs and tree stumps. Their name comes from their colorful bands of brown, gray, white, and tan that resemble the pattern of a wild turkey's tail feathers. The scientific name of this species is Trametes versicolor, and it is one of the most common mushrooms found in forests around the world. Turkey tail mushrooms have a tough, leathery texture, which means they are not typically typically eaten as a regular food. Instead, they are most often dried and used to make teas, powders, or extracts. In traditional herbal medicine, turkey tail mushrooms have long been valued for their potential health-supporting properties. Researchers have studied compounds in turkey tail mushrooms known as polysaccharopeptides, including PSK and PSP. These substances have been investigated for their possible role in supporting immune system function. Because of these compounds, turkey tail mushrooms have become one of the most widely researched medicinal mushrooms. Their distinctive appearance also makes them easy to recognize for nature enthusiasts and mushroom foragers. Deathcap mushroom. The deathcap mushroom is considered one of the most poisonous mushrooms in the world. Its scientific name is Amanita phalloides, and it is responsible for the majority of fatal mushroom poisonings globally. Deathcap mushrooms are native to Europe but have spread to other parts of the world, including North America and Australia, often growing near oak and other hardwood trees. This mushroom typically has a smooth greenish or yellowish cap, white gills, and a pale stem with a ring near the top. At the base of the stem is a cup-like structure known as a vulva, which is an important identifying feature of many mushrooms in the Amanita genus. Unfortunately, deathcaps can closely resemble several edible mushrooms, which makes them especially dangerous for inexperienced foragers. Deathcap mushrooms contain powerful toxins called amatoxins that damage the liver and kidneys. Symptoms may not appear for several hours after ingestion, which can delay treatment. Because of their extreme toxicity, proper identification of wild mushrooms is essential. Even a small amount of a deathcap mushroom can be fatal, making it one of the most dangerous fungi known.